So welcome everyone, I'm Emily. I'm going to do some yoga today. So go ahead and find yourself a comfortable seated position and take a moment to come into whatever space you're using. So grounding down into your sitting bones. Stack the spine up one bone at a time. Roll shoulders up towards your ears, down the back, reach up through the crown of the head. And you can let the eyes close or take the gaze softly off the tip of the nose. Just start to slowly deepen the breath. Next inhale, filling the belly, rib cage up to the collarbones. Exhale, collarbones, rib cage, and the belly. And in, breathing in, filling from the bottom all the way up to the top. Exhale from the top all the way down to the bottom. And keep going with this rhythm, just making each breath a little longer, a little fuller than the one before. Just noticing whatever it is that comes up. So when I'm making this, it's Thanksgiving, it's a Thursday. It can be a complicated day, so it's a great day to give thanks, absolutely, gratitude, celebrating all of the wonderful things, family and friends. It's also a day of remembrance and acknowledging just the history of the holiday and Indigenous peoples and their histories and stories. So challenges I'll give for you today is to acknowledge the lands that you're practicing and celebrating on. For us, where we are in Montana, we're on Shoshone, Bannock, and Salish Kootenai lands. And then donate as you're able or support Indigenous organizations and nonprofits in your area, Native-owned businesses. And then the third thing is to talk about it at your celebration with your family and friends. And yeah, just keep it alive and just keep learning. So take another couple rounds of breath. Just letting that sink in. And again, whatever comes up, comes up. And at the top of your next inhale, hold the breath for a moment, allowing the collarbones to spread. And exhale completely, using the belly, press out that last bit of air. Bring the breath back to a natural rhythm, in and out through the nose. You can come back to that breath at any point during our practice today. Just find your level of effort and ease. So as you're seated here, just as you exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, roll your left ear towards the left shoulder and pause. Find a little space along the side of the neck. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear towards the right shoulder. Pausing here. And exhale, chin to chest. As you inhale, start to draw some big circles with the nose, moving the head and neck. If there's any sticky spots, you can stop and work back and forth across there. Just exploring the range of motion this morning, or whenever you're doing this. Bring the head to center, start to roll out the shoulders, squeeze them up towards the ears, draw the shoulder blades together, and then pull it down the back. So a couple big rolls back. You can take some rolls forward, letting the arms be soft. Then take the hands to the legs, and just draw some big circles with the torso. Just letting it be kind of fluid and feel good. Say hello to your friends. Circling both directions. And bring it to center. Inhale, reach both arms up. As you exhale, twist to the right. So right hand on the floor behind you, left hand comes across. Sit up tall with an inhale and deepen the twists on the exhale. And just starting gently, not using too much leverage from the hands, more just the breath and the strength of the torso. Sitting up nice and tall. So keeping the right hand on the leg where it is. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. And exhale across to the opposite leg. So if the arms don't cross, you can always just uncross and have the hands to the shin. As you exhale, press into the back body, round the spine, and drop the chin. Take a breath here. Spreading the shoulder blades, the spine. Keeping that right hand where it is. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. And exhale it around the floor behind you, twisting to the left. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, deepening the twist any amount. So anchoring into both sit bones here, reaching up through the crown of the head, rotating around a nice long spine. Again, keep that right hand where it is on the leg. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale it across to the opposite leg. Drop the chin, press into the back body. Take a breath here. And then release both hands to the floor behind you. You can point fingertips towards the hips for a bit more wrist stretch. And as you inhale, lift the chest, draw the shoulder blades together. You can lift the gaze slightly. Keep a soft tuck to the chin, keeping that length in the back of the neck. And then inhale up to center. And exhale, fold forward any amount. You can uncross the legs if that's more comfortable. Maybe move a little side to side. You can press into the hands, pressing back into the hips. Another breath here. And then we'll move in a child's pose. So you can either swing the legs around to the side or roll forward over the legs. Take the hips back towards the heels. Walk the arms out in front of you. Again, just find some side-to-side movement. Start to wake up the hands, spread the fingers, make fists a couple times. You can even roll the wrists one direction and the other. And as you're ready, coming up onto all fours. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Feel free to add any padding or support. And shift it a little side to side, forward and back. Maybe some circles of the hips. And bring it to center. As you inhale, lift the tail, lift the chest and the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tail, round the spine, drop the head. Inhale, chest slides forward for cow. And exhale, tuck the tail, round into cat, really pressing the floor away. And keep going with the rhythm of your own breath. You can play with starting the movement in your tailbone, rippling it up the spine, move the head last. Maybe finding a little side-to-side movement, some circles in the hips or rib cage. Whatever would feel good here. Just getting into all those sticky spots. And bring it to center. Extend the right leg back, toes tucked to the mat. Now just pause here. You can roll forward and back, stretch into the heel, get some sensation into the calf. Good, and then we'll roll that right hip kind of up to the sky, opening it up, and then drop it down towards the floor. So you can even take your left hand to the low back, kind of feel what things are doing there. And then find that level-ish place where it's nice and flat, like you lay a book right there. Good, so hugging the ribs in. We'll go ahead and lift that leg up and back any amount. So the inner thighs spinning up, reach long through the heel. And if it's available, you can add the left fingertips crawling forward or maybe reaching forward. Find that bird dog position. We'll hold here for 3, 2, 1. And release it down. Good. Shake that out. Take a round of cat-cow. And switch sides. Extend the left leg back, toes tucked to the mat. Just start rolling forward and back. And pause. Find that center place, kind of stabilizing the core. And play with rolling that left hip up to the sky. And then drop it down towards the floor. So this right hip has to work to stabilize. You can even take the left hand here, see if your hip's actually working, see where they're going. And then find that level-ish spot where the hips are nice and level. And we'll float that leg up and back any amount. Pause there. If it's available, you can add the right arm, reaching long. We'll hold for 3. Still breathing. 2, 1. And exhale, release it all down. Lovely. Just give that a shake out. Some cat-cow. Then moving all the way down to the belly. So you can move through a low plank, find some effort if you like. Take the hands under the shoulders, tops of the feet pressed down. Inhale, peel the chest up. And exhale, release it down. Twice more. Inhale, lift into your baby cobra. Maybe float the hands. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift, and exhale, release. Good. Take a breath in to prepare, and as you exhale, press it up and back. Find your child's pose, or maybe all fours. If you're in downward dog, you can go there now. Spread the fingers, tuck the toes. Hover the knees for a moment, and then press the hips back and up. Just pedal the feet out, press one heel towards the mat and then the other. Shift the hips side to side. Fingers are nice and spread. Allow the knees to be nice and bent so you can press the belly back for a nice long spine. Heels never need to find the floor. Another breath wherever you're at. And soften the knees, look to the hands. Walking feet up towards the hands, find a soft forward fold. Feet a comfortable distance apart, torso hangs. Arms can dangle, maybe hands grab opposite elbows. And exhale, release the hands towards the floor. As you inhale, hands to the shins, flat back, lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold, everything heavy. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. This time as you inhale, soften the knees, roll yourself up bone by bone, bring the head up last. Good. When you get there, roll the shoulders up and back a couple times. Adjust all the things. And finding your mountain pose at the front of your mat. Just pause a moment, grounding down to the feet, reaching up through the crown of the head. Just finding that solid connection. Next, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the waist. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step that right leg back, set the knee down for low lunge. Add any padding you like. And bring the torso up as you're ready, hands to the front thigh. Just shift the knee forward and back in line with the foot. Before stacking knee over ankle, shoulders over hips, and inhale or reach the arms up, pausing here. So legs are slightly active, pulling the front heel towards the back knee, lifting the rib cage up off the waist. Next, inhale, take the arms out wide, really lift the chest, and exhale, twist to the left, keeping this T shape here. Good, so reaching long through the fingertips, up through the crown of the head, taking up some space. And then inhale, reverse the arms. So front arm to the sky, left hand reaches down towards the floor, maybe finds that back leg or the back hip. Good, again, still lifting that rib cage up. Next, exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat, straighten the front leg for your half split. Good, you can take a couple shifts forward and back, finding movement in all of those joints. And then pausing with the hips back and lifted. Tucking the right hip underneath you, drawing the left toes towards the nose. Both hands can be to the inside if that gives you more space. Just looking for some sensation in the front leg. Good, and then keeping the right hand where it is, legs as they are. Inhale, left arm unfurls up to the sky. Find a twist. Good, it might be a little funky. Require a little bit of balance on the legs there. You can take the fingertips out to the side if that helps. But try rotating the chest and keeping the hips nice and stable in center. Another breath. And then exhale, take the hands to the mat, plant them down, step that front leg back. You can find all fours, low plank or even high plank if you're feeling it. Take a breath here with some effort. Then exhale all the way down to the belly. Inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra. And exhale, press back. All fours, child's pose or down dog. So your practice, choose how much effort you feel like today. Another breath here. And then soften the knees, look to the hands. Move feet up to hands, however they get there. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. You can sweep up with a long spine or roll. Exhale, pull the hands to your heart and then release to the sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hand, left leg back, release the knee down, low lunge. Inhale the torso up as you're ready, hands to the front thigh. Again, shift the knee forward and back in line with the foot, as long as that feels okay on all the joints, especially the knee. And stack knee over ankle, shoulders over hip, and inhale to sweep the arms up. Pause here. Legs are active, lifting up, and shoulder blades are dropping down into your back pockets. You can bring the arms out to the side to make more space in the shoulders. Next, inhale, take the arms out into a big T, lift the chest, and exhale, twist to the right. Good. So the front knee stays stacked over the ankle, connecting to the front big toe. Reach through the fingertips, lifting up through the crown of the head. Next, inhale, reverse the arms, front hand to the sky, back hand reaches down, maybe making contact with something, maybe not. And just find that big long line from the back knee all the way up to the fingertips. As you exhale, cartwheel both hands to the mat, straighten the front leg, shift the hips back, half split. Again, you can walk forward and back a couple times to settle into this. Bring some movement into all the joints. And pause with the hips back and lifted. And spine stays nice and long here, so this is a great place to add any sort of supports. Make some space, bring the floor closer to you. So drawing back with that right hip, and really drawing the left hip underneath you, so hips are nice and stable and strong in the middle of your mat. Keeping the left hand down, inhale, right arm up to the sky. Or you can just take the hand to the hip and roll the shoulder open. Good. So work, a little bit of work here to keep the hips centered. Also some stretch in that front leg. Another breath here. And then exhale, release the hand, step that front foot back. Find a moment of effort in all fours, low or high plank. And then exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale, find your back bend. And exhale, press back, finding a pause. And you can be in all fours with cat-cow, in child's pose, or downward dog. Another breath. And bend the knees, look to the hands, move feet up to hands. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart, by your sides, and pause. Take a breath here, in and out through the nose. Next, inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, find your chair pose. So if legs can be hip width, or you can step them together to really squeeze it in. Good, so knees tracking over toes, slight tuck to the tail to protect the low back. Finding your balance, weights in the heels. And arms wherever it's comfortable. Another breath here. Then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, soften the knees, step that right foot back, finding a high lunge. So feet are on train tracks. Bring yourself up as you're ready. And just find a few moments fiddling around. You can bend and straighten the back knee, kind of opening up the front of the right hip. And drawing the left hip back, front knee stacks over the ankle. As you're ready, inhale the arms up, pause here. Maybe sinking a bit deeper if you want some more effort. Next, inhale, arms out and wide, lift the chest. And exhale, twist to the left. Pause here. Again, nice and strong in the legs. Next, inhale, reverse the arms, fingertips to the sky, back hand reaches down, maybe finds the back leg. And then bring it back to center, hands to the hips, straighten out that front leg. Good. So here, you can keep that back heel lifted and stepped back, or you can step the back foot in and plant the heel so those toes are pointing out at a 45. So whatever you need to keep the hips square to the front of your mat, maybe walk the front foot out. So take a breath in, lift the chest, and exhale, hinge forward into pyramid. Good. So pause for a moment with the hands to the hips, find that strength in the back, keeping you nice and long. Then release the hands down wherever they fall, maybe the leg, blocks, maybe the mat. So connecting into the front big toes, you draw the left hip back and keep a softness to the knees. So if they need to be super bent, go for it. Otherwise, just find that slight lift in the kneecaps. Good. Another breath here. Lovely. And then take the left hand to the low back. We're going to find a twist. So take a breath in to really lengthen the spine. As you exhale, start to rotate the chest towards the left. Might be a very small movement. This bottom hand could be right under the shoulder. maybe across the front leg or to a block or the floor to the outside of the front foot. Totally depends on your body. Keep pulling back with the left hip as you rotate the chest. Maybe the left hand reaches up to the sky or just rests on that low back. Good. Another breath. Then unwind it to center. Good. Shifting the weight into the front foot. Fingertips go out in front of you. Maybe you find a windowsill or a chair. Good. Shifting into the front foot, float the back leg up. Find a supported warrior 3. So pausing here, and just play with rolling the right hip up to the sky and then dropping it down. So your left hip is really working to stabilize you. Then find that levelish place, really reaching through the back heel. And find a slight lift in the chest as well, so low ribs hugging in. Another breath. And then release the foot down and exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, lift up into chair. Exhale, press through the heels to come up. Hands to your heart, by your sides. Inhale, drop into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, the left leg steps back for high lunge. Again, set your feet up nice and wide, train tracks. Bring the torso up as you're ready. Adjust the things. Maybe bending and straightening into the back knee, and then drawing back, dialing that right hip back, so they're staying square-ish to the front of the mat. Front leg can move out as far as you need to make space. Arms up to the sky as you're ready. Taking a breath here. Inhale, arms out to a T, and exhale, twist to the right. Pause here. And see if that front knee has maybe migrated in or out, keeping it stacked over the ankle. Next, inhale, reverse the arms and pause. Find that lift out of that top shoulder, like someone had hold of your top wrist and was pulling you up. And then exhale, unwind to center, hands to the hips, straighten the front leg. Setting up for pyramid. Might be different than the other side. So you can walk the back foot in, plant the heel. We're keeping the right hip drawing back. So inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, hinge forward, 80 mount. Hands, pause on the waist. Nice long spine, finding the strength in the back. Then releasing the hands down if they fall on the leg. Maybe they reach the floor. You can have blocks or shoe boxes or whatever under the hands to bring the floor closer. And again, softness to the knees. So super bent or just drawing the kneecaps up. Again, looking for this similar stretch in the front leg. Connecting the big toe down as you draw the right hip back. From here, we'll find a twist. Keeping the left hand down, bring the right hand to the low back. Breath in to lengthen the spine, and exhale, rotate the chest to the right. Might be a very small movement. Legs and hips are staying pretty square, so some work to keep them where they're at. And then using the strength of the torso to drive the twist. Top arm can reach up. This bottom hand can come to the bottom leg, or maybe to the outside of the front foot. And breathing. These are all breathing poses. In and out through the nose. Next, exhale, unwind to center. Shift into the front foot, plant both hands. Back foot starts to float up. Good. So find a supported warrior 3. This front leg might start to feel it a little bit. And just play with rolling the left hip up to the sky, dropping it down. Finding that happy medium here. You can have a soft bend to the standing leg, reaching through that back heel. Another breath. Then exhale the back foot to the ground. Find a forward fold. Good. Just go ahead and take the feet mat width. Shift a little side to side. I was definitely feeling it in my side glutes there. And then heel toe the feet in towards center. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart by your sides. Good. So we'll find some balance here. Shift a little from side to side, one foot to the other, forward and back. Find that center place. Then shift the weight into the left foot. Take a half step back with the right. Good. So we're going to keep those hip points pointing forward and towards the floor. Hands can stay to the hips, come to heart center. Find a soft bend in your standing leg, float the back leg up and back. So coming into any version of Warrior 3. It might look like a Y with the toes to the mat. Might be approaching a T. You can take the arms back behind you, airplane arms, reach them forward for the most effort. That's hella hard. And then softening the bottom knee, we're going to take a big graceful step back. Find that high lunge. Inhale the arms up. And take them out to a big T. Take a breath in, lift the chest. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, reverse the arms. And exhale, take a twist a little bit deeper. So your hands can come to heart center, right elbow hooks across the thigh, or undo the hands. Staying lifted into that right hip. Another breath. And exhale, plant the hands, step that front foot back. You can take a flow if you like, or head straight back to child's pose or down dog. Breath in through the nose, let it out through the mouth. And soften the feet, look to the hands, move feet to hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, find that chair. Exhale, press through the heels to come up. Hands to your heart, by your sides. Good, finding that to the other side. And soften the knees, shifting into the right foot. Take a step back with the left. So the toes are just tapping the mat behind you. Maybe a little bit more weight, just play with the balance. Those hips are going to stay square towards the floor, towards the front of your mat. And just start to pivot the chest forward as you float that back heel up, finding Warrior 3 the other side here. Good, so this right hip is really working. Hands can come to heart center, float behind you, maybe reach forward for some more effort. Breathing here, just staying present with that discomfort. If you come out of it, just come back into it. From here, softening the standing leg, big step back, finding your high lunge. Lovely. Inhale, arms out to a T. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, reverse the arms. And exhale, deepen your twist. Maybe hands together at heart center. We're just bringing that left forearm across the front leg. Pausing here, finding all that length from the back heel to the crown of the head. And then exhale, unwind to center, plant the hands, step the front foot back. Take a flow of your choice. And then eventually we'll meet in child's pose, or whatever you find restful. Maybe that's seated, maybe it's all fours. But just take your time getting there. And coming back to the breath. And here, use the hands, press the torso up, swing the legs around you, and extend them in front, coming to a seated position. Pull the love away from the sit bones. And move the ankles a little bit, pointing and flexing, circling. Excuse me. Lovely. So go ahead, take the hands behind you. Bending the knees, plant the feet. Cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. Find a figure 4 shape. So whatever you need to get into this right hip. Maybe you're staying here. Maybe you're down on the forearms. You can always straighten the bottom leg. If you want to make it more intense, drawing the bottom heel in towards the hip and really reaching the chest forward. And here you can find some side-to-side movement. I like to keep my ankle flexed. It feels better for my knee, but you can experiment with that, making sure all the joints are nice and happy. This is a good place to pause, settle, come back to anything that has been coming up for you. And then extend that bottom leg out. Plant the right foot to the inside or outside the straight leg. Inhale, right arm up, and exhale, release it behind you. Take a breath in, sit up tall, and exhale, deepen your twist to the right. breath. Unwind to center, unwind the feet, give them a shake. And then we'll find our figure four to the other side. So left ankle on top of right knee. Right leg can stay straight, or you can bend it and draw the heel in towards the hip. You can be on the forearms with the hands behind you. Really lifting the chest, pressing it forward. You can even bring the left hand to the left knee and gently press it away from you. Find a little bit more of that external rotation into the hip. So make all those little micro adjustments so it works for your body. Just looking for some sensation. Could be totally different shape than the other side. Another breath. And then releasing that, straighten the bottom leg, left foot plants the inside or outside. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, cartwheel it around behind you, finding your twist to the left. So anchoring into both sitting bones, reaching up through the crown of the head, and rotating around that nice long spine. And then bring it to center, give the legs a shake, and then soles of the feet together, knees come out. Find that cobbler pose. So take a breath in, lift the chest, and exhale, fold forward any amount. If the elbows bend, you can take them out towards the knees. And your choice, you can keep the spine nice and long with the shoulders relaxed here, or you can allow the forehead to round down towards the feet, letting the spine round, letting gravity win. Up to you. And inhale to roll it up, and as you exhale, roll down onto your back, finding the floor. Just take a few moments moving and adjusting any last things your body is calling for before finding Shavasana, a little moment of rest here. So letting the body feel heavy into the mat, let the eyes close, take the attention to the breath, and pause for a few moments here. It's your practice, you can stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, slowly start to move the fingers and toes, hands and feet, deepening the breath. Extend the arms overhead, take a full body stretch. And bend the knees, roll to your favorite side, and press yourself up as you're ready, coming back to that seated position. Anchoring into the sitting bones, lifting up tall through the crown of the head. You can have the palms down for grounding or up for sharing and receiving. Together we'll take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Invite you to bring the hands together in front of the heart. May our thoughts, words, and actions support the health, happiness, and freedom of all beings. Thank you for your presence and your practice. Enjoy the rest of your day. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Remember those 3 action items: acknowledging the land that you're practicing and celebrating on, donating and supporting Indigenous-owned or nonprofits and organizations, and talking about it with your friends and family.